using your Easy Locator. The first thing you want to check in the main screen is to ensure that the settings are properly displayed. For example, the soil velocity, antenna frequency of 450 MHz, and the trigger type selected by the user. To start collecting data, turn the control knob to highlight the Start button and push the control knob. The first thing you'll notice is that the radar screen turns black. Push the Easy Locator and you see data appear on the screen scrolling from left to right. If both screenshot and GPS marker functions are activated, the corresponding icons will appear, and if GPS coverage is adequate, the DGPS coordinates are displayed. While collecting data, there are 6 icons you may select. Stop, Camera Icon, if this option is purchased, Hyperbola Depth Calibration, GPS Marker, if this option is purchased, Full Screen, Background Removal Filter, Linear Gain or Contrast, Exponential Gain. If Auto Gain is selected, this icon will not appear. Stop. Selecting Stop discontinues data collection for the current profile. Starting a new profile will erase all previous data. Camera Icon. If the screenshot option is purchased, then turn the control knob and select this icon to take a screenshot of the data on the screen. A JPEG image will be saved and can be retrieved at a later time. Hyperbola Calibration. To calibrate depths to targets during data collection, the hyperbola matching calibration method is used. To calibrate, perform a scan over a target exhibiting a hyperbola. Ensure that the scan is as close to perpendicular to the utility as possible for accurate calibration. Pull the Easy Locator HDR back over the target, and you'll notice a vertical cursor or line appears in the data profile. Align the cursor or line at the midpoint of the target utility. Press the control knob, and a horizontal cursor or line appears. Scroll up or down by rotating the control knob clockwise or counterclockwise, and center the cursor or line at the top of the target utility. Depress the control knob once again, and the default or previously saved soil velocity appears, as well as a theoretical hyperbola over the actual data hyperbola. To properly calibrate to the data hyperbola displayed, rotate the control knob clockwise or counterclockwise to match the theoretical hyperbola to the data hyperbola. Note the value for the soil velocity and the depth scale changes in real time during the hyperbola calibration. When the hyperbola fitting operation is complete, press the control knob to eliminate the soil velocity value above the theoretical hyperbola and begin pushing the unit forward until the Easy Locator HDR unit reaches the previous endpoint on the data profile, and data collection will continue. The updated soil velocity appears at the bottom left of the monitor. To continue data collection, push the Easy Locator HDR forward. Data collection will resume once the cursor or line reaches the previous endpoint on the data profile. If the screenshot and GPS marker options are activated, an additional 2 icons appear as the camera icon and GPS marker icon. The functionality of screenshot and GPS marker will be discussed in another segment. GPS marker. If the GPS marker function is active, the icon appears in the data collection screen. To mark a utility and tag its corresponding GPS coordinates for later export, pull the Easy Locator HDR back over the desired target. The vertical cursor or line appears in the data profile. Depress the control knob to tag the GPS marker to the target utility. A blue dot and marker ID number appears at the horizontal location of the target utility. To continue data collection, push the Easy Locator HDR forward. Data collection will resume once the cursor or line reaches the previous endpoint of the profile. Refer to the Mala Easy Locator HDR manual for downloading and display of GPS markers in Google Earth. Fullscreen Icon. This command removes the menu icons and displays a full screen of data. To return to the screen with the menu icons, simply depress the control knob. Background removal filter. Highlight the background removal filter and press the control knob. The filter is designed to remove unwanted horizontal bands of noise, which is endemic to most radar data. One word of caution regarding this filter is that any data that is horizontal in nature, such as soil layers and/or tracking parallel to a pipe, may result in these features being removed from the radar data. Screen contrast. This function is very sensitive, and very small adjustments make a large difference in the contrast of the data. The triangle in the icon indicates the level of contrast you have selected. One should not overuse the contrast, since over-contrasting can make the data unreadable. The following is an example of data with too much contrast applied. This is not enough contrast, and this is just about right. Time gain. The time gain function is similar to the contrast. However, the gain amplifies targets to a greater level the deeper they are. This prevents overgaining the data in the near surface, where less gain is needed to enhance targets versus those at depth. As with contrast, you can overgain the data with the same detrimental effect, so optimally, you should try to balance the images. Please note that if auto gain is selected in the system menu screen too, the exponential gain icon does not appear, as this is automated. Zoom function. Although you may have set the default zoom depth to a particular value, a powerful zoom in or out function is active during data collection. To access the zoom function during data collection, turn the control knob until the vertical scroll bar is highlighted in yellow. Push the control knob once, and the vertical scroll bar will turn blue. Push down and turn the control knob to zoom in or out. Rotate the control knob clockwise or counterclockwise to either zoom in for shallow detail or zoom out to a maximum depth range up to 20 to 25 feet, depending on the soil velocity calibration. To deactivate the zoom function, press the control knob once and the vertical scroll bar turns yellow. Turn the control knob again to return to the icon selection menu.